conversation is the same. Mateo. Sure, I'm having fun.
Do you like it?
Hallie, your handwriting is atrocious. It's hardly legible. I already insulted you this way twice before.
I'll work on my handwriting. Jeez, you don't have to be a jerk about it.
Meh. Actually, it would be a great poem if your handwriting weren't so distractingly bad. I wasn't expecting you to go for something so deep. I'm impressed.
Well, crappy handwriting aside, I guess my effort kinda blew away your low expectations of me, didn't it?
Alright. Don't get too proud of yourself. It's a pretty good poem. From the small assembly of letters I could actually decipher as words, it sounds like something Yuri would like. He loves writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. This style leaves readers to derive their own meaning out of it. It's actually very challenging to write like that effectively. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. But you seem to be a bit of a natural.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I'm nowhere near his level yet.
I agree. Your use of imagery may be impressive, but you still obviously have a lot to learn. You're not a lost cause just yet.
I definitely plan on trying different things. It will take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. But rest assured, I am not a lost cause.
Good to hear. I want to see you try new things. That is the best way to find the kind of style that suits you, after all. Don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. I mean, it's not like you have to worry about impressing them, right?
Right.
Anyway, are you ready to read my poem now?
Bring it on.
Hey, it actually didn't skip the poem. How curious. I wonder what's different in this mod, that the original skips poems, but it does not. I gotta start with Yuri.
Natsu, you're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Hold on. That's no excuse for you to be so mean. Why pick a fight with someone just because their opinion is different from yours?
That's his fault. He wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
Ugh. Why do I have to be the one to handle this? I'll look around for support, but Satori and Mateo are just standing there staring at me. Clearly they're not going to be of any help. Sigh. All right. I turn to Yuri. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed by your poem, too. But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsu felt provoked when you said his poem was cute.
I see. I didn't realize, I'm sorry.
And Natsu, next time keep the critique helpful and literature related. No need for the personal insults.
Are you kidding me? Statement not a question. He's the one who threw the first insult.
Natsuko does have a point there. I glance over at Yuri.
I did, didn't I? I'm so sorry for that, Natsuko. Please forgive me.
Well, I think we can agree you both said some things neither of you meant. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too, Natsu? Natsuko growls and clenches his fists.
Alright, fine. I'm sorry, okay?
Natsuko drops back into his seat, crossing his arms in defiance. I look across the room. Yuri walks over to his desk and sits down with his chin resting in his hand. I gingerly approach him and sit in the adjacent seat. You alright, big guy?
Sigh. I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You must think I'm a pretentious cad.
Of course not, it could have been worse. You handled it as well as anyone could.
I could have handled it better. I should have handled it better. I know better.
But don't beat yourself up. You apologized. That was big of you. It says a lot about your character. I'm impressed.
Do you mean that?
Of course I do. You believe me, right?
Yes, I believe you. Thank you, Hallie. I'm really happy you joined the club.
I'm happy to be here.
Also, that one thing Natsuko said about, it's completely untrue.
My eyes start to travel south when I instantly force them back up to Yuri's face. Don't respond to something stupid. Don't respond to something stupid. I know, I can tell. Oh, why are words allowed to escape my face?
Well, I'm going to go make some tea.
Yuri quickly stands up and scurries away. I sigh and bury my face in my hands.
Man, that really was something, wasn't it?
I slowly pick up my head and shoot an enraged glare at Satori's closed face. You suck! Satori jumps back in surprise.
What did I do?
Not a damn thing! That's the problem! You saw what was going on and just stood there like a lump. What kind of vice president are you? I look up at Mateo, who's standing a few feet away. And you! Captain Useless! Where the hell were you, huh?
I beg your pardon.
You heard me. There was just a huge conflict in the club, and neither you nor Satori put any effort into stopping it. You guys are supposed to be the leaders. That means putting your foot down when the situation calls for it. You don't leave your responsibility to the newest member. Satori looks away, clearly embarrassed. Mateo glares at me for a moment. Then, to my surprise, he averts his gaze and drops the scowl.
I suppose you might have a point. Perhaps I should have interjected.
I'm sorry. I should have been paying attention.
Tell you what, if I have to learn to be a poet, then you two need to learn to be better leaders. Deal?
You got a deal, Hallie.
I look at Mateo skeptically. What about you?
Rest assured, I will be taking control from now on. I suppose I owe you the gratitude for your surprisingly enlightening advice.
Mateo smiles at me. My stomach knots up. Why does it feel so dashing? It's fine.
There you go, let's get out of here. Boom. Away we go, the next poem. Oh. And remember, if you like Yuri, you might want to consider writing poetry with big expressive words or dark themes. That'll really make him happy. Another one. Drop a save. Safety save. Can never have enough safety saves. Actually, you can. There's such a thing as too many. Well, gosh. Suicide is him, yeah. Imagination. Frightening. Excitement. What? Excitement! Ah, screw you, buddy. Disoriented. Philosophy. Woof. I don't think any of these actually are. Wait. Lust? Yeah, lust. Horror. I'm pretty sure tragedy was a Sayori word in the original. Atone? Atone. Analysis. Secretive. Incongruent. Unrestrained. Yeah, we're one. After image. Contamination. Extraordinary. Not all long words are Yuri words. Melancholy. More than enough. More than enough. I'm having the easiest time writing guys out of anyone so far. But then again, we've also done all their other poems, so I know which words to avoid, more or less.
Hey, Yuri. I suddenly noticed Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. This one is titled Portrait of Markov.
Oh, there it is!
Another horror book.
Yes, it's a bit strange, even for my tastes. I don't think it would do or be something you'd enjoy.
I scanned the ominous-looking eye on the cover. Yeah, probably best we stay out of that territory. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's fine. I was kind of waiting for you.
Well, if that's the case, why don't we get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Again with the tea? Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention you or for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and walks to the closet. I follow and watch as he retrieves a pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Could you hold this for a second?
Yuri hands me the pitcher and pitches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water.
He walks past me and sets the kettle on the teacher's desk. I simply watch his movements. His broad shoulders and long torso make Yuri appear elegant, yet masculine and methodical.
Okay, now we can get the water. Would you care to join me?
Yeah, why not?
Excellent, let's go then. Where are you off to?
Yuri's making tea, so we're going to get some water.
I see. This water, is it uncharacteristically heavy?
No.
Will you be retrieving it in a large bucket, perhaps?
Of course not.
Then tell me, why does this task require both of you? Seems like one person can handle it, don't you think?
Well, I figured. Yuri suddenly gives an unbelievably fake-sounding laugh.
Matteo, please. You're the president of the club, not our mother. We don't need your permission.
He finishes with another condescending chuckle. My mouth gapes. Did Yuri just out-snob Mateo? That was awesome. I bite my lip to try and hide my smile.
Well, I suppose you've got a point. I'm glad we can agree. Let's go, Hallie.
Yuri exits the room and I follow mesmerized. Once in the hallway, Yuri freezes, then buries his face in his hands and groans.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Like what? You didn't say anything wrong.
It's not what I said. It's how I said it. You must think I'm nothing but a stuck-up snob. I promise I'm not like that. I'm so sorry, Hallie.
Hey, Mateo's lucky a big guy like you didn't pick him up and toss him through the wall. I mean, sure, I wasn't expecting your reaction, but really it just put him in his place. Mateo should mind his own business. Being club president doesn't mean he can run other people's lives. And he's always such a snob to everyone else. It was cool to see him get a taste of his own medicine.
Hallie, why do you insist on being so kind and understanding, even when I'm the one who's wrong?
Well, the bad things you think you do are child's play compared to some of the crap I've done. It's not like you got confrontational or anything.
You did make me angry, though.
So you got a little emotional. I can't hate you for reacting to Mateo being a jerk. What kind of friend would I be if I judged you for that?
Friend, you say?
That's right. And as your friend, I'll stick up for you. Even if you get a little sassy with our club president.
Hallie, I really like being friends with you.
Likewise. Anyway.
Right, let's go.
Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Hallie, do you like oolong tea?
Yeah. My favorite.
You've never had it, have you?
I've never heard of it before in my life. But I'll drink it. Yuri chuckles to himself.
Well, I think you'll enjoy it.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. He fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, he even starts humming a little to himself. Good to see you in such a happy mood.
Is it? I was letting it show. Did you notice? I was doing a bit of thinking and decided I'd try expressing myself a little more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when I'm around you at least.
That's great, Yuri. I like being able to make you happy.
You worry for my happiness. That's so endearing.
It's strange, but also relieving to see Yuri in such a good mood. He's been very quiet and shy since I joined. But it's obvious he has the potential to be a very outgoing person once he feels comfortable. I watch as Yuri pours a cup of tea for each of us.
Hallie, I have an idea. How about we sit on the floor today?
Sure. Any particular reason why?
Well, I think it might be easier for both of us to see the pages if we sat on the floor instead of at a desk. It may work out better considering your
My figure, right?
I was going to say, your posture.
What's wrong with my posture?
Well, it's just you seem to slump over or to the side of it when you read. No, not that it's your fault or anything. I guess it's just your...
My figure? You know, the thing I just said. You can say it too, Yuri. It's not that kind of F word. Yuri blushes even more as he struggles to hide a smirk of amusement. As if taking tremendous effort, he finally faces me again.
All right. I think sitting on the ground with your back against the wall will help straighten your reading posture, which could use that kind of support considering your figure. You put a space here and here. The words would go over here instead of getting stuck on the bottom row.
I smile in triumph. Thank you, Yuri. I appreciate your concern over my comfort. He relaxes even more.
I'm glad.
I take the book out of my bag and hand it to Yuri. We then take our seats against the wall. Once again, I find Yuri's impressive build impedes my ability to see the book properly. I just can't see anything over that mighty fine upper body of his. I still can't see a thing.
Well, let's try this.
Yuri scoots a little closer and rests his hand on the ground behind me. I find myself now practically pressed against his tapered torso, but at least I can see the book way better than I could at the desk. This position isn't particularly a bad thing for me either.
There we go. You should be able to see now. Is this okay with you?
Yeah, this is fine. My eyes suddenly light up as a sweet scent fills my nostrils. This time it's not coming from Natsuko. It's coming from Yuri. Specifically, his pocket. He must have caught me sniffing the air because he smiles devilishly.
That nose of yours truly is impressive. I know you like sweets, so...
Yuri pulls out a bag of chocolates from his pocket.
I brought these. I think they will complement the tea as well.
Part of me wants to attack that bag of chocolates, but a bigger part of me doesn't really want Yuri to see me turn into a ravenous beast again. Well, not yet anyway. I put on a timid smile. Thank you, Yuri. I think I'll wait a little while on that, though. You understand, right? He did witness me consume half of a tin of cookies, after all. Surely he'll realize even I need at least 20 minutes between snacks. Yuri thinks for a moment, then nods.
I understand completely. In that case...
He suddenly gives the book to me.
You hold the book today.
All right. Confused, I take the book. Yuri then hands me my teacup while I flip over to the correct chapter. I awkwardly take it and set it next to me while I struggle to keep the right page open. I suddenly realize that in this position, I need to take extra special care not to accidentally slump to my left, lest I end up in his lap. I'm hoping that sitting against the wall will help with that, and that my my slumping/leaning is really due to my chest and not to my laziness. I also hope that me holding the book doesn't make it too awkward for Yuri to read now. I immediately begin reading. The story is getting more interesting and I'm slowly becoming invested in the characters. It doesn't take me long to become immersed once again. This must be what it's like for Yuri all the time, having the world around him fade away as he becomes engrossed in the story. After a few minutes, I feel him relax a bit too. My concentration is suddenly broken when I hear the crinkling sound of the chocolate bag.
Sorry.
No worries, it's your chocolate.
Still, I'll try not to interrupt too much.
You're fine. I continue reading. I watch Yuri pop a chocolate in his mouth from my peripherals. I feel myself starting to lean and quickly correct my posture. But it's hard to concentrate when my arm is practically resting on Yuri's thigh. I can hear him go for another chocolate. I keep my eyes on the book, but I can see him hold a candy up in the corner of my vision. What's he doing? Without taking my eyes off the book, I part my lips slightly, preparing to ask him what he wants. And suddenly, Yuri places the chocolate in my mouth. I clamp my lips over it automatically. My concentration breaks. What the... Did you just... I look over at Yuri, just desperate to confirm what just happened. Yuri... Yuri's face turns bright red.
I'm sorry. I guess I must have misinterpreted why you didn't want to touch the chocolate. I thought you didn't want to smudge the pages.
Perhaps I shouldn't show him the cheese puff stains on the previous pages.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, well. I definitely wasn't expecting you to. The chocolate has melted on my tongue at this point. Oh my god, this is delicious. What is this, hazelnut cream? I wasn't expecting to have chocolate stuffed in my face. It kind of took me by surprise. But damn, how can I get mad when it tastes so good?
It's imported from Germany.
This is probably the best thing I've ever had in my mouth.
It is very decadent, isn't it? I'm glad you're not angry with me.
Oh, but...
Would you like another one?
My first instinct is to reach for the bag, but the way he's looking at me makes me think he has something else in mind. I look up at him curiously. My heart is pounding. I watch as he reaches into the bag and pulls out another chocolate. He holds it between his fingers. Our eyes meet. Neither of us averts our gaze. I can't believe we're doing this. He gently offers the chocolate. Like before, I part my lips. But it's different this time. He takes the chocolate and places it gently on my tongue. The tip of my tongue lightly grazes his fingers as I curl it over the sweet truffle.
Alright, guys.
Yuri quickly jolts back. I nearly choke on the chocolate.
It's time to share our poems. The tea party is over, you two. Put the teapot and cups away and get your poems ready.
The spell is abruptly broken. God, Mateo was the worst timing.
I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups while I take the teapot. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up anytime soon. I thrust my hands into my bag and pull out 4 more chocolates. Oh, the bag and pull 4 more chocolates, stuffing them into my mouth in sheer frustration. And also because I have no self-control.
Alright. Once again, the roles were kind of reversed in that. It's interesting. Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression. Do you like it?
Hallie, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you about the techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a great job explaining. I really wanted to try and give it more imagery.
I am honored to have my advice so appreciated. I'm not used to it. Seeing someone so motivated by my writing makes me really happy.
You give amazing advice, Yuri. I'm surprised you've never shared your poems before yesterday's.
Well, I generally just write for myself.
That's a shame. Your talent should be displayed. Yuri's blush intensifies.
You're too kind.
Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote for today?
With you? Yes, I do.